There's beer, wine, ginger, bourbon, my favorite rum, whiskey, and lots of tasty eats, all waiting for you at this year's Cheers New York. It's the inaugural Food and Beverage Fest starting tomorrow at Industry City in Sunset Park. Now, there are going to be unlimited samples of homegrown food and drink, grown-up games, a DJ playing all the hottest dance tunes, and the Brooklyn Eats Food Market. All of it designed to bring together Brooklyn food producers, booze distillers, and urban tastemakers, of course.
Of course. And the event is a partnership among Taste New York, Explore Brooklyn, the Empire State Development Corporation, and the Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce, whose president and CEO, Carlo Scissura, is always welcome on BK Live. And with Carlo is Danielle Hengge, who is the manager of Intensity at Barrow's Intense, a ginger liqueur that's a key ingredient in a cocktail called Intense Fall Fusion, and we'll be tasting that in just a moment. And welcome to BK Live.
Thanks for having us.
Great to be here.
Manager of
Intense.
Intensity.
Sounds intense.
She is the best card in the room.
So, Cheers New York City. We were just talking, I said, I wasn't familiar with the Cheers New York City. How long has this been around?
Cheers NY is the first time happening this year. So we did a couple of things. We took, we do Brooklyn Eats every year. I've come on here to talk about Brooklyn Eats.
With food.
With food, so we're still doing that. But we got a grant from the state, and we thank the governor and Taste NY and ESD. So this is really a partnership between the Brooklyn Chamber, our tourism entity, explorebk.com, and the state of New York. And really it's all about distilleries, wineries, breweries, people making booze, alcoholic booze, not water, not soda, but this is about alcohol because it's a growing industry. Think about it. Just in Brooklyn, we have dozens of drink makers. So this is going to showcase Brooklyn makers, Long Island makers, Hudson Valley makers, and upstate makers, all in Brooklyn. And what's exciting is when they kicked off this for the first year, where did the state say they wanted to do it? Brooklyn, Brooklyn, Brooklyn.
Well,
where else?
You've laid a lot of track here.
We're ready. So it's really a weekend of drinking. And we joke about drinking, but it's a weekend for these makers to showcase their products. Right. Like here. And talk about job creation, economic development, why making in Brooklyn. How do you, the joke is, well, I didn't know they have grapes in Brooklyn. Well, we don't. But the wineries are sourcing their materials from the North Fork on Long Island, the Hudson Valley, upstate. Right. So it's really a New York State creation, and I think the governor really gets it.
And it's the epicenter. It extends to a lot of different industries as well.
Right.
Uber's going to be very happy this weekend.
All of them. Lyft is one of our sponsors. All of them will be there, so it'll be really a great weekend. Obviously, don't drink and drive. There's lots of subways, buses, a couple of hotels nearby that you could stay in. Go on cheersny.com, give you a list of all the participating hotels and car shares, etc.
So how did we get involved with these intense folks with their ginger liqueur?
So we are very excited to be at the event this weekend. It's a great opportunity to, share the Brooklyn love with everybody.
One sip at a time.
Yes.
One sip at a time.
So this is Barrow's Intense Ginger Liqueur. I make it out in Sunset Park, Industry City.
So you don't have far to walk for.
Not at all. I get to just walk all my stuff over to the other building. It's great.
Very cool.
So I use about 200 pounds of fresh ginger to make it. It's all natural, no additives, preservatives, color.
Well, Aaron's from Missouri. You have to show him.
So it's healthy.
It's healthy. It's good for you.
And by the way, Brooklyn made, right? I mean, think about it.
Right in Sunset Park.
Right in Sunset Park. And it's happening all over Brooklyn, in Sunset Park, at the old Pfizer building at Flushing Avenue. All across the borough, in Bushwick and
how do we sort of turn the corner on this, do-it-yourself Brooklyn booze fest?
It's the creative talent is in Brooklyn. The young people that are making things are in Brooklyn. The challenge that we have to watch is how many employees do you have right now?
Currently, I have 2 assistants, and we have the owner. I manage all of our
So
production.
5, 6 people, something
around
like
there.
that. Eventually, 5, 10 years from now, they're going to have 20 people, 30 people.
Yeah.
Our job at the chamber is to ensure that there's places for them to grow so that they stay in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
That's the #1 job.
They'll incubate there and graduate.
And grow
we
and
have
grow
to have
and
the
grow,
spaces to
absolutely.
accommodate everybody along the arc.
Absolutely.
Not just from the beginning.
Absolutely.
So what are you most excited about this weekend at
You know, it's
Cheers
interesting.
and why?
We've sold over 1,000 tickets. The buzz around
sure
us
you
is
have.
amazing.
Yeah.
People are coming from all over the state to see this. We met yesterday with one of the owners of a vineyard out in Long Island, and she's excited about being here. We have people from upstate. I have some of my chamber president colleagues coming from other chambers
Very
across
cool.
the state.
Yeah.
So it's just a great weekend. It's a great weekend to kick off the fall. I mean, look, there's always stuff going on in Brooklyn. That's
true.
So I say do all your stuff, but at some point, stop over to Sunset Park, drink. Brooklyn Eats will be there. We have 30 vendors showcasing their Brooklyn foods as always. So we'll always keep Brooklyn Eats close to our heart. But it's important to try new things, and this year we're trying the booze, and it's great.
It's very important to try new things, but it's great when you get an opportunity to try such new, intense flavors and
Exactly,
delicious things.
exactly.
Like we said, Brooklyn at this point is almost an artisan type,
it is.
encampment. I mean, you don't have this level of sophistication in a lot of places. So that being said, with how do you connect the people upstate and the people downstate when you don't have an event like this? Like, what's going on the other 364 days of the
It's
year?
all connections. It's networking. I'm on the board of CANES, which is the Chamber Alliance of New York State. So we bring together the chamber presidents from the entire state to talk about these issues. Look, obviously, I would love them to grow and stay in Brooklyn, but if they can't, and not everybody can, I want them to stay in New York State. So it's our job working with our elected officials in Brooklyn to say to the governor, okay, Governor Cuomo, let's work together. Let's get companies that need to grow but can't grow in the city up in Rochester or Buffalo or Utica, places that really need it. So it's all about connecting the dots, bringing people together. What I think Brooklyn, though, has that nowhere else has is you have the artisanal, new, cool, right? But you also have the old Brooklyn.
It's established.
You have the Michaels, who's making the best pasta sauce. And as an Italian who will never eat jarred sauce,
That's saying
I can
something.
tell you Michaels is outstanding. You have the Villabati still making the best cannolis. You have chocolate makers. I mean, you have the old Brooklyn with the cool new
Go for it.
So I know the Brooklyn Chamber always throws a hell of a party, but
We
there's
do.
always business behind it. Like
Always.
whether
It's always
designs.
economic development.
So how much of a growth sector are we talking about when we look at, it's not just having a drink, it really is an industry, food and beverage. So how much money do you think that contributes to our local economy here?
Millions and millions and millions of dollars. If you think about it, look at Sunset Park, Industry City, and Liberty View right next door. Over in Williamsburg, the old Pfizer building. Just 3 examples, right, that are full of these type of food and beverage makers and growing and looking for space, looking to expand. So it's a growing industry, and our job is to help it grow and showcase it. That's really what we're about. So yes, we throw good parties, but they all are about economic development.
Awesome.
And I will say that as I'm drinking wine.
And I'll toast that as you're
Exactly,
drinking wine.
exactly.
Well, it looks like someone's just about to top us off.
I wanna
with
know
some
what you're
seltzer
making.
there.
So this is our Intense Fall Fusion. It's a nice little fall cocktail with some fresh apple cider, the Barrow's Intense Ginger Liqueur, a white rum, and a little seltzer and some sage.
You are so
And some
speaking
sage.
my
Yes,
language.
this is part of
here.
our job.
You're
is to try
so
to-
speaking my
So
language.
hard,
All
so
of my
hard.
favorite
At
flavors.
least it's like almost 1 o'clock. Yesterday morning, I was on Good Day New York, drinking wine and beer at 9 a.m.
Good
so-
day, New
To your
York.
health.
Never
This
heard of
is-
it.
no.
Cheating on us.
Cheers NY.
Cheers and wine.
Cheers and wine.
CheersNY.com, everybody. Buy your tickets.
Oh yeah, that's intense.
Oh wow, that is like fall. It's
a
intense.
glass.
That's
but
my
this is refreshing.
absolute- I love apple cider. I love rum, like sage, all of these things.
So I think you should tell us a little bit about your place.
I would love to. So Barrow's Intense Ginger Liqueur out in Sunset Park, Industry City. We've been a company since 2011. We've been doing everything the same ever since, and we're never going to stop. using fresh ginger. We use about 200 pounds of it. Sugar, water, and neutral cane spirit. We are gluten-free, kosher.
And where can we get it? Where can we
Kosher,
buy
you
it?
know I've talked about that at this.
Kosher
Yes.
restaurant. we
Kosher
really
is
are.
important. Everyone should be kosher in Brooklyn.
So where and how can we connect with you to get some of this in them out there?
We are in most places all over Brooklyn, Manhattan. We're getting out to the rest of the city. But if you go on our website, there's a little store locator. You
Yeah.
can find it in your neighborhood,
Very cool.
in bars, liquor stores, restaurants.
And what did you do before this?
So before this, I was studying philosophy, working in a metal shop, working in a bank, and an artist assistant.
Well,
I see what you did there. I see what
Always in
you
Brooklyn.
did there.
Before this man completely steals our jobs,
Sorry.
we want to say congratulations to you. We know as a new dad, you'll be
Yes.
happy to get out of the house and
I'm
have
gonna
a
need
few
it.
adult beverages.
Hopefully my nanny will be around there this weekend.
Well, we've been watching your little one grow, and we wanted to share some of the Brooklyn love for little Tessa and get her
I think she may be
off
watching
on the
right
right
now.
foot.
There you go, hold it up.
So it's the Brooklyn Relishes, it's crawlers.
Love it.
Daddy might crawl home this weekend, but this is for you.
I love it. And
please share it
as
with
a new
her.
dad, I can tell you, you never have enough onesies in your life. So
Fair enough. Good
totally
enough.
love it. Thank you.
See, take that, good day, New York.
All right,
Serve
you're
with
right,
the
you're right. You
onesie,
got the beat.
Rosanna. I saw you yesterday. Thank
right.
you so
So
much.
cheers
this
and
was
why.
awesome.
Cheers, NY.
Cheers to all of you guys.